I just noticed I had my mic muted. Oh, there you go. Welcome back to the channel. My name is NutRaisin. I was happy to show you the first hand being aces, which we took down. On this one, if you get a raise table, just let it be. At best, we are flipping. So, full day of streaming PLO 20. I had some tournaments as well. The $2 $11 and $122 buy-in bounty tournament on Natural 8 are coming up. Those are the last 3 tournaments of the package I sold action for. And I hope we have a deep run today. Incidentally, I did finish second this weekend on Sunday, I believe, while I was watching Chi Ching have a deep run on her channel, in her tournaments. And yeah, unfortunately that wasn't part of the staking deal, but it can be done. Let's see if we can replicate that success today. I would love to. So right now we only have the one PLO 10 table on RIO open. I'm waiting for PLO 20 action naturally on RIO as well. And in the meantime, we'll make do with some cash game tables on Natural 8. Already had a short warm-up session. Nothing major happened. We're up like $15 or something. But I'll take it. Looks like we'll have to wait a minute before we can add more tables. Oh well, in the meantime we'll make do with the one PLO 10 then. So it was a fun weekend. I had another DJ stream which I enjoyed a lot. Man, it's nice to get back into DJing. I haven't mixed in, I don't know, 10 years basically or something like that. Almost, yeah. That's not true. Like 7 years, 6 years. With some small sets here and there. So I'd guess since 2014 I mixed for like 10-15 hours tops, and it was a blast getting back into it. Also, yay for YouTube. I currently don't have, for reasons that are way too complicated to get into, I don't have access to my vinyl collection. But thanks to YouTube, I managed to find a good number of tracks that I'm very familiar with. Of course, all of this is old stuff from the 90s, but that's how I like it. I like my techno music. Well, trance and acid. I had a great time. Alright, opening some more tables now. Over here, in case you're wondering why I'm sitting with a bigger stack, the red holding timer is like 20-30 minutes on GG, and I played here before I started the stream, so we're starting off with a slight head start on this table. Effectively, we're not deep against anybody though, so it doesn't really change anything for now. And wow, that's a good hand. It's King Jack 9. I was gonna say at Rio, I believe we currently still have the 77, the 35-35 promotion. Yeah, right. So we get 70% rake back. Quote unquote only 35% of that in the form of splash pots. Hey, that's a pretty sweet flop. The tournament is kicking off, and would you believe it, we are sitting in position against Pokebrows again. That'll be fun. Let me see, everything visible there? No. So this guy leads, and we're having none of that. Okay, there where you can see the bounty. Cool. And that would give us the nuts. What a sweet turn. Might give him a straight as well. In the tournament, we're starting off nicely with kings, with a jack and a 10 and a suit. We get a folded PLO 10. Hitty. Maybe even checking that one. I mean, the board pairing isn't all too scary, and if it pairs the right way, we make the nuts or close to the nuts. Us holding the king of hearts there as well is maybe an argument in favor of checking, because he can't have the king high flush. The Pokebras pondering what to do, what to do. You raise it up, my friend. Good luck, Pokebras, though. I give him a friendly good luck shout out. We flop alright. We get raised, things get a little bit weird. So the plan for now is let's not get raised. So we can, now at this point we are able to call a raise. Not that we would particularly enjoy the raise, but okay, that's not. We don't really have a powerhouse hand. We're just gonna check behind. Quite often we lose it against a Queen Jack, Jack 7 type of deal, but we don't, and we take the first one down. Good stuff. The second table we opened, we are starting with a bigger stack than the standard 25 as well. Here we're gonna let it be. And in a limped pot, kind of interesting. I guess we want to see a turn for this price. Well, actually, you know what? Taking into account the pot size, it's actually not that great of a price. But still. We have two pair from the board. I mean, if a straightening card rolls off, we're basically done with the hand. Yeah, something like that. But with two flop pair, I mean, I think we do want to take a look at the turn. And that none of those cards look like they are helping us. Yeah. Checking table alignments. Oh, there's a big one happening at PLO 10. Okay. More aces, huh? Hang on, let me just check something once more. Yeah, okay. That way the tables aren't jumping around that much. Here we, well, guess we'll see a turn. Well, who knows? We'll start off by checking. is what I'm saying. Oh, we're 3-base. Hadn't noticed you there, sir. Alright, alright. Fair enough. Get aces up here once more. So against the small blind here, it's not a horrible board. It's a toss-up between betting and checking it. You know what? This time around we'll check it if you get to. If he leads out, we'll take one off grudgingly. Have like a 5 or an 8 roll off, or do 3-4. We'll probably continue. And now we'll let it be. However, more aces at PLO 25 table. Like a relatively fun table too. Even though this high VP player is a short stack, which really isn't that great, and I'm eternally perplexed at how people short stack. Like, this is not the way to do it. You don't. If you do short stack, which is a fine choice, but then you know you don't have a limping range. Yeah, there you go. That's much better. And that's awesome that this guy decides to call. Now we can really bump it up. Good fold from him. Have his extra money in the middle, which is of course delightful. And are up against a hand that's gonna have a tough time catching up. And that's it. And in the tournament we flop relatively nice, I'd say. Flop the top set on a pretty dry board. So naturally we took it down with the aces. With the top set. Once the turn rolled off, we were in the clear. So we cover both of them for the bounty. That is a true pity. Just pot it this time around. It's nice that we have the 8, the jack. You know what? Given our side cards blocking a lot of draws, we could have gotten away with the standard 3-quarter bet. Actually would have preferred that. Let's... Oh well, we did take it down. So there's that. Okabras got moved off of our table, or did he get knocked out? No, not. Let this one be. Let's enjoy some PLO and destroy dreams. Ah, Chiching, it is good to have you back at the channel. I enjoyed my time on your channel last night immensely. It was a pleasure seeing you have such a deep run. Let's raise this up. We are in an interesting spot here. And with all the jacks, I'm actually gonna go for the lead. I called closing the action. It's not a great hand, but closing the action. We do catch some flops. And speaking about catching some flops. Yeah, we'll just pot it here. And this takes it down. That is wonderful. Anywho, good to see you back, Chiching. I hope that Monday is treating you well so far, insofar as Mondays can treat anyone well. If you want to see some 2-card magic, then check out Chi-Ching's channel. She's one of the nicest people on Twitch and has a very nice channel. In fact, she got raided a couple of times last night from GG Reggie and other peeps. And a lot of the viewers stuck around for a long, long time watching her have a deep run in an $11 KO and no limit tournament. For now, we're starting off nice in the tournament in 5th place out of 19 entries. Late rec will go on for another 50 minutes. At which point the second tournament of the day is going to start. In total, they're going to be 3. 2 $11 buy-ins, 1 $22 buy-in. All of these are part of the tournament deal, the tournament package I sold Action for. Because people have been asking for it. They wanted to have a sweat. And if people want, I'll do it again too. Not sure about this week, because this week is community college week, where I have classes, or I give classes on Tuesday and Thursday. So yeah, that kind of throws a wrench into my normal streaming schedule. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work out with selling Action for tournaments, but for next week for sure, and I can figure out something for this week as well if people want. I'll go with what people in the Discord are saying or preferring. Nothing's happening in the tournament for us currently. I guess the thing is, a lot of these limped parts tend to stay limped on Natural 8. If I thought there would be a higher chance of it getting raised.
Grouchy Smurf reporting in.
Being grouchy is more than justified on a Monday. Poker in 2019, the 6th month! Wow! The 6th month resub, dropping it casually at the beginning of today's stream. Thank you very much, sir. You are making this day just that bit better. Thank you very much, Poker in 2019. I actually remember the first times we talked. I can't quite believe it's been 6 months. Over here, I assume we raised it up, which would be right and proper. Here, didn't see the point in betting. And now, I don't see the point in calling. I think 4 ways here. That's a clear check. Well, actually 5 ways. Wow, shows you how well I can count. So that's why my addition in Sesame Street failed. Alright. Guy bets into the whole table. Subsequently, we'll let it go. And that's that. Over here, blind versus blind, 10-9-7-5. Maybe borderline alright. Up a pair and a gut shot and little else. Alright. That 3 is a nasty card for us. Two pair, turning an open-ender in the tournament, more folding going on. And more calling here. Let's see how that goes. There's an interesting spot down here. This guy is short. Okay. If he's short, we'll put it in. And here we do take it down. You turn the king, you had absolutely nothing on the flop. Good stuff. Gentleman decides to put it all in. I'm all for it. Wow, and this guy is in rough shape indeed. You don't have any draws to any jackpot hands, so I'm fine running it multiple times. Sure. Get aces at the PLO 10 table, I'll keep you updated. Gives him some outs. It's not one of them. Gives him an open-ender, I believe. But no joy. Good stuff. The aces took it down pre at the PLO 10. And we take this one down. For small shisha. Aces against a short stack. We'll go about this a little bit differently. Makes no sense for him to call. But, you know, I should be getting used to it by now. That's just the way it goes on Natural 8 with the short stackers. In the tournament, we will need to let this be. Here, I really don't like the flop. Yeah, that's a good indication why. I don't care. We can run it once, twice. Make much difference. He wants to run it. Probably because he can't get the jackpot thingy. No, 2 out of there. Down here, hang on. First of all, over here, we're not gonna bet. Been checked around the whole way. And here we're gonna call with the pair and open-ender, backdoor flush draw. Get called here and are good. I'm not doing bad here either. Let's... There's something about running it multiple times that appeals to my nitty inner self. That would be the first one for us. Go 2 for 2. Nope. But we split it up. Decent pot happening in PLO 10. And we get absolutely no hands in the tournament right now. Stuff like this, where we just have to let it be. Oh, sorry, I switched away from the big pot here, my bad. This guy won it. Wish you a nice and a splashy week. Now, those are well wishes I can really get behind. Thank you very much, Aces of Young. Good to see you back. Yeah, it's gonna be a raise and a raise call. Start off by checking. You've been crushed at work today, and that's on a Monday, really? Do people have no manners? Oh my, to enjoy the stream now. I'll do my best to make it a relaxing counterpart to your day. And let's just check it. Yeah. Let's just give up on it. A bunch of other interesting spots here where we raised pre-flop. And down. Let it go, I wasn't aware. Didn't quite notice the flush, to be honest. It's a very nice turn, giving us the nut flush draw on top. Who we up against? Oh, this guy, he's almost all in anyway. Tournament, we need to do more folding. Here it's a 70-30 spot, apparently. Run it twice, sounds good to me. What do you have? You have the flush draw, basically, or hit a 9 too. And we split it up. Okay. The best hand we've seen in a bunch of orbits. But we're doing fine. We have chips we cover. Wow, this guy's really short, I'm just noticing. Wow. Cover everybody except Baron check here for the bounty. Does absolutely nothing for us. Nah. Although, I don't know, man. I was a little bit tempted to go in for the bluff here. The shorty wins it, really? Oh, wow. Stushi, good to see you here. And I second that once again. Very nice very nice score yesterday, Chiching. You took it down for what, $180? I mean, you not take it down as in first place, but what a nice score. Ah, only three-handed now. In the tournament, by the way, we have 27 entries now. Wow, that's a lot for this time of day. Yeah, we're down to heads up on RIO. Not my kind of thing, as you well know. However, in the tournament, we have a raising hand. We have a squeezing hand on the cash table. Actually, now that table 1's disappeared, let me move this up. We have an easier time with the hotkeys. There you go. Over here we squeeze for all the right reasons. And in the bounty we take it down, collecting a few chips there, 120 I believe. That's a little bit too weak for first position. To hang out more, Procorin. That's why I started giving... Here we take it down with the squeeze, wow. That's why I started giving classes, I believe, 2 years ago. I wanted to get out of the house, and mainly, that was the main motivation for me, to practice my spoken English so it doesn't get dusty, or rusty, I guess. Of course, now that part of my motivation is not really relevant anymore, since I'm talking English for hours and hours on end every day. But yeah, to get out of the house and practice my English, those were the main reasons. Those were the reasons. Very decent board. I think there's a pair, a gutter, and a nut flush draw. In the tournament, we see an all-in. Looks like, do we block anything? A little bit. Block flushes a bit. This guy has the second nuts, this guy has the second nuts. Community Arkneka! Hey, welcome back to the channel, Arkneka. Chat overlay seems to be bugged. You're right! So I'll... Hang on, let me dive into why the chat is not working. Oh, because it's... Hang on, I need to check out stuff. Sorry about that. That box, no, there you go. If I can figure it out. So I'll be quiet for a moment while I try to figure out what's up with the chat box. But I didn't change anything. So it might be an issue that is out of my hands. Pair we forgot that's too large of a bet sizing. We'll let it be. 170, very nice. That's awesome, Chiching. You know what? I don't know. Why the Twitch, why the chat isn't working? Let me check Reddit. I'll try to concentrate on the play as well in the meantime. Maybe get a hand in the tournament. Yeah, I'll... Oh, now it seems to work. Queen, queen, 10... Yeah, for the min raise, sure. Wow. So, looks like the chat is working now. I didn't really do anything, so I have no clue what's going on. On this kind of board we go really small, I think. We do want to get colors. The only bad cards would be a 3, 4, 6. And those not very often at all. So it looks like the chat is working now. Thanks for letting me know, everybody. And I'll get back to your question in a moment, Pokerin. That is an excellent, excellent turn. I really don't mind slow playing this. It's pretty much the best board we can imagine. And the best turn too. Of course I was really angling for this bounty here. But we take it down and we take down a bunch of chips there. Yeah, you can... Whatever you had, we don't care. But it's nice of you to show the line. Don't get me wrong. Oh, hang on. I'm noticing to reduce this window size here a little bit. Okay, there you go. Phew! So that's all settled then. Right, the age range of my students is 50 and up. I'd say 55 would be the average age of my students. They're all old people, and I don't know about it being a nightmare. I don't have any comparison. My community college is nice. It's a lot of old people doing something useful in their spare time, learning some new skills. Languages are a big draw in Germany. People like to learn new languages. You have PLO 20 kicking off. Need to find a spot. Yeah, a spot for it. And let's watch the conclusion. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, so I don't know about it being a nightmare. For me, it really isn't, and for my students, it isn't either. It's just something they do twice a month in their spare time in the evenings. We're 7th out of 28 tournament currently. Nice to see so many entries here. Let this be. Here we're calling. Easy for min race. Ace over here, and we block the top pair. Don't have any hearts, but this guy is short. I think we want to bet in a lot of non-hard turns. We're gonna get it in on not necessarily that one though. Alright. Right, that works. Wait, why is there no delay? Oh no, because never mind, because I'm looking at it in OBS, not on the website. Yeah, okay. Grudgingly, we give it up. Maybe it's even better suited to just check here, even if the guy is short. On the flop, I mean. So, did I forget anything else in the chat? Ah, looks like it. With the 8 in our hand on a rainbow board, we are going to continue. Time for the standard half pot. Decent enough card, especially against the small blind. Doesn't show up as many 6-5 type of hands at all. We are deep though, to consider. If we get raised, we're still going to call. If he pots it, we might have to reconsider. But so we still have this guy here being pretty short. This guy has a large stack, but thankfully he's to our right. Way less troubling than having him to our left. Really? Right? We got a nice hand to crack aces with. Let's just run it once for this amount of money. Whew. Ain't that nasty. The short stack looks like he's gonna double up, which is kinda nice because now this guy's a little bit short as well. He is still far from the starting stack, which was 3,000 chips. We need entries. How many positions get paid right now then? 5 currently, alright. I'd say this is a above average flop. With us having all the 5s, actually getting it in here. He has the 5-7, would have it, then you have some else with the flush. He does have the 5-7. Son of a gun. Right. Need to make a flush. No. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to regret, even though it's a pity losing a full buy-in. On the other hand, what does he raise us with? I guess it's third set. It's the best age group since they want to be there. Yeah, agreed. But finding a wife or prospective girlfriend is out of the question. Yes! That is true. That is the downside. Down here we turn kinda nice. Yeah, but just check it down. Up against kings. Okay. Checks pretty quickly. And that would be good for us. Over here we raise the button open. It's alright and proper. See, friends to the channel, that guy Fox. Cold calling in the big blind. And all in all, this is not a bad board. Certainly one we want to see bet on. We do block kings. Sweet. Alright. Have a hand in the tourney too. Is king queen 8? Oof. So start off with the check. Quite done with the hand yet though. Mind, we do have that queen of spades, which is kinda neat. Alright. A PLO 20 on RIO. Up top 2 without a heart. But still want to bet here for some protection. That's actually not a bad point, yeah, that he doesn't have, you're right, he doesn't have straights. I'd consider that at all. Thanks for saying that, that's a decent point. In hindsight, I agree. Tournament, we river a full house, all down. Yeah, I think so. Cool. Getting some chips back there. Yeah, didn't consider that at all. Arknaka makes a lot of sense. Sure, he shows up with 2 pair a good amount of the time, but also with nothing or just a 1 pair as well. I like it. Who do we cover? Everybody except for the big stack. Do we cover this guy? Yeah, barely now. Might be a fold, however. Oh wow. Might witness a big pot here. Down here, this guy opened limped, we turned the nuts. Well, there would be a straight flush out there. And a gutter, no, a double gutter. And that flush draw. Okay. No point in bluffing on this card. It was pretty close, I think, but even against full pot, all of our draws taken together. It's alright to call. Out of position if you raise it. Let's not blow the pot. Big one happening here. Well, not our flop down there. Sorry, here. We're just gonna let it be. Although, you know what, this can actually be raised with this guy sitting out here. Oh, as well. Ah, crap. Didn't see the raises. Damn it. Oh well. I mean, now the money's gone in. But that was not deliberate. Wow, we're doing amazing. Jesus, 4 ways and we're 95% ahead. I'm not sure I've seen that before. Like, you know, with a head like this, if you flop a full house or something, sure, but... Jesus. No, don't take it away from us. Alright. Interesting. So it was a min raise. I have suited tens. Not a bad call. Now we actually gain showdown value. That changes my plans. My plan was to continue bluffing here. Now we might actually have to lay down the road. Wow, that doesn't make it any easier to lay it down now, I mean. Shazam! Whew. Wait, did I check the flop, really? I mean, apparently it would have made a difference, but looks like I did. Wow. Okay, that's another excellent addition to your previous argument that we had the best aces to bluff catch since we didn't have the hearts. We didn't block the missed flush draw. I legit like it. Cheers. This guy taking down a huge pot, that's a pity. I favored an interested crowd over a hot one. Yeah, there's that, yeah. Gets the fields for a much younger student. That's not an issue at the community college. Because you're dealing with adults that are there voluntarily. There's no, what's the word? There's no sort of guardian relationship going on that you would have in a normal school. So that wouldn't be an issue. As far as I know. I never really had cause to look into it. Again, only talking about community colleges in Germany. Nice hand down here at PLO 20, which is now full, by the way. Sweet. "15 minutes until late rec closes in the tournament, and the next tournament pops off incidentally as well." Over here, where people are acting a little bit faster. Gonna be a bad fold. Bad board for it. Turn a flush draw. I have to let it go. Pity, but it is what it is. In the tournament, we are in an interesting spot. Gonna let it go here. Was a single raised part, I believe. A single bet win in on the flop. Things are happening.
Let's go nuts deep.
Let's go nuts deep indeed there, Alter. I hope we will, so you have a proper sweat today. Der Alte, thank you very much. 6 months! Man, that's a weird thing. 6 months! Thank you very much for the resub. Which is not weird at all. Just hugely appreciated. Thank you very much, der Alte. Try to go for the check raise this time around. An Arc Neckar, a nice card with flush in the end. His sizing was very suspicious. Thank you. Yeah, once the fourth heart came down, I couldn't really lay it down anymore. You know what, in a turbo tournament, maybe this kind of hand, in a tournament with a different structure, lower blinds, I don't mind opening that on the button. In this type of setup, maybe we should start staying away from hands like these. Limp them possibly, might have a place, the limping in tournaments. Don't think those relationships are appropriate in a normal like teacher-student setup environment. Yeah, no doubt about it. Shouldn't be a thing. Have an all-inner the tournament. Yeah, and looking back, I'm really starting to dislike the race. That's Queen Jack Jack X. Especially if the X is a 6. Make it Queen Jack Jack 10 or something, sure. Different story. Wow, we got switched to a table where the poker brass is the only player we cover. And here we get raise. Alright. Wow, over here we turn really nicely. Now I'm gonna switch back to the tournament, so see what ends up happening there. On the king turn we didn't get called and take it down. Poker brass going all in. This guy calls. Oh. This might be interesting indeed. Sad to see the Poker Bra get knocked out. We get a different table, because we have 2 deep stacks now. Ideal for us. Came over the top here, because it plays much better heads up. We're deep 3 ways. That shall be interesting. Not getting away from this. Should we? We have a pair, open-ender, post-backdoor, flush draws. Against aces we're doing quite nice. Let's run 3 times, sir, maybe? You want to? Let's do it, he says. 6% favorite. First one giving us 2 pair. And we stay good, the first one. Second one giving us 2 pair. Stay good there as well. Come on, 3 for 3. Nice! For an $80 pot. Shazam indeed. Woo. Oh. We have a hand. This shall be an interesting question. First of all, we have to wait and see what this guy does, of course. But I think with the bounty in play, and it's a big one too, we are raising it up, trying to get it down to heads up. Yeah, because that's a sizable bounty. Alright. Definitely is not the worst board. Get a call. Against the flush draw. 60% ahead. No! Need a deuce or a 10. Come on! Well, we still have some life left, but that was unfortunate. And okay, then we have to let it be. So, well, we still have some blinds left. 300, so we have 5, 6 big blinds. Man, that was an excellent spot. $20 bounty. And we got the money in well. Down here, we opened flop. Sort of interesting, I'd definitely say. Got it to the nuts. neutral blockers and nut flush, top pair, and make that the unadulterated nuts. Oh man, I feel except for the first day of the tournaments, where there were some spots where I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done it like that. I was pretty happy with how I played, not necessarily with the results though. We keep getting the money in well. Incidentally, I did place second on Sunday, yesterday I believe. In one of them for 40. I didn't catch any bounties there either, or not many. I think I cashed $43, $46 something. I'll post a screenshot on Discord. Unfortunately, it wasn't part of the tournament deal. However, if I... what I'm gonna do is like a courtesy thing. If we don't cash in any of the tournaments today, I will just add the one I cashed in yesterday. So I can pay back some money. I don't expect that to happen every time, but yeah, I think it would be a nice gesture. Up here, 2 pair on a board like this. Just gonna drop it. 3 for 3 on that one, you right? 60%, baby. Yeah, that was quite special. Also quite special is having the aces and queens with a suit. Only thing that would make it better if this guy would do something. No. Alright, here we flop okay, I'd say. That's above average. And here, you know, we're gonna bet, and if he comes over the top, we happily get the money in, take the money down on the Broadway board with the nuts. On a rainbow board like this, I should have checked. Tend to be a little bit trigger happy in these spots, I'm starting to realize. Make it 2 suits on the board, sure, we'll bet. Protecting our equity, but on a board like that, would have preferred to check behind. Cause it looks so insanely strong if you bet. I mean, I do have bluffs there, but that's not the point. Heads up, Master, good to see you back in the chat. Heads up, Master. Hope this Monday is treating you as well as any Monday can. Now I could check. I could bet small again, or I could bet pot. We're gonna go with the 4th option. And take it down. Good stuff. Are those boobs natural? I got boobs? I don't know. I don't know what you're seeing. It certainly isn't muscle. I can tell you that. Arkneka, unlucky bounty shot, but well played. Thank you very much. We're not out yet. But cheers, appreciate it. So ditching one more cash game table, and I'm gonna choose the one with a big stack. I mean, we're effectively deep here on this table as well. That's not why I'm why I'm closing this table, not to red hole. Just there are 2 yellow tags here, i.e. players that I'm not really interested in playing against, and I need some space on the screen. Alright, there we go. Looks nicely aligned. Nice enough. Yeah. See the chips, see everything. Buttons. Cool. And we see an open ender. Oh, I know cheating. It's just it'll be a one-time thing. Get aces. Crappy ones, but maybe we get lucky and get raised. Here, letter P. Certainly checking this one 4 ways. Having raised, we're gonna c-bet here. Get called though. If I check here, I'm just open myself up to bluffs on this or the subsequent street. That was like specifically because of the guy we were facing here. Pretty stabby, I believe. On RIO, we flop an ace and a gutter. So, in this tournament, we have, in the end, how many entries did we have? 53! Wow, 8 places getting paid. 94 for first, but that is a long, long way away from us, for us. So it doesn't really matter. Here, against a pot size bet into 4 peeps, or from his perspective, 3 peeps. I'll let it go. Yeah, this guy, this color is reserved for people that straddle in the cash games, so action-seeking players, generally speaking, might be fun to have them at the table. Are we low on chips a little bit? Well, not low on chips. Below the starting stack. Ooh, nice. Pretty much the worst run out possible. Better to stay in there with the 5-5 flush draw. Cool. Big part in the tournament. Kings. Crappy kings though. But once the blinds come around, we're gonna lose 450. That's a decent chunk of our stack. I don't see what else we could do. We can't raise fold here. And yeah, I mean, now it's a no-brainer. It's not the absolute worst board. I have a pair from the board covered. We have that's a nasty little turn. I think we need an 8. That queen is not going to help matters either. That's it for us. Yeah, now for sure. Turns out we were doing fine until the river. Alright. Finished 21st place. Thank you for playing. Better luck next time, they tell us. I do hope so. Dude, you're really short. Money's gone in. We have a speed right now. Ooh, yeah, we need a 6 and 8 or 10. Let's run it twice maybe. I don't know. Running it once is cool too. W2F. Well, can you read, sir? It's at 22%. Ah, of course. Besides all the snarkiness, happy that we split that one up. Good stuff. And the cash games, we have an King Queen 10, perfectly double suited. Good mighty fine. We're here. Down. This guy wins because he has the better kicker. Alright, beautiful hand. Absolutely trashy board for us. Ah, you know what? We 3-bet. I forgot about that. Oh, well, we beat all the other aces. That's kind of nice. Certainly a card. There isn't any other card in the deck that gives us more fold equity as well. Not really necessarily want it now. I don't think the straight is betting. The 6 might, but that's about it. Bit that one up legitimately. A decent hand right afterwards. Thought about re-raising, but don't know too much about this guy. Of pre-ordering champagne and the oysters the other day. That jinxed it, huh? Looks like we got switched to another table here. We cover most peeps for the bounty. The cash game doesn't look half bad. Still waiting for the oysters party invite. Ah, that turn though. We are up against the big blind. Let's just check it out. I'd rather save those 50 chips. Not much happening currently. Over here we're gonna start bluffing now. I'll show you the result of this one since we started watching it. So leading here and definitely betting here. Take it down with the lead. Need to let this one go. Queen. Oh. Just jump on the next plane to Copenhagen. I don't know, do oysters stay fresh for those probably realistically 20 hours it'll take? You know, with booking the flight, getting to the airport. Never ate oysters. Don't think I ever want to. Pair, flush draw. Alright, even though it's 4 parts. Sized bet. Okay. Didn't think about the plane fares. The devil is in the details. Here in the limp part where we flop a wrap. And the dodgy company. No! I'm sure you're excellent to hang out with. Full part. You know what? He doesn't have enough behind. Let it be. In a tournament, limp part, we are on the big blind. Nothing exciting is gonna happen here. This guy did take it down in the end. I'm not really getting hands right now. This one's not going to be playable out of position either. No. Pretty mellow everything right now. Ain't much happening. We do have double suited kings on another table. And more potential to fold here. So we shall. Pocket kings. Don't see the greatest board. We're just gonna check here without a heart. A horrible turn. However, over here, let's start betting. Okay. Okay. Definitely not the nicest river. Does give us showdown value as well. So we got that going on for us. Not much, but a little bit. Wait, did we take it down? Neat. Here, we're gonna go for the bluff. Blocking the nuts. The devil being in the details always has and always will be your doom. I think I know what you mean. As somebody who glosses over the details myself. Wait. Like we take it down in the end. Nice. Yes, I'm indeed. Can't remember the last time we got a hand in this tournament so far. Got 1 or 2 in the beginning, that was it. Oh well, we'll be patient. We have plenty of big blinds left. And we actually cover a surprising amount. Well, not a surprising amount. We covered 2 peeps for bounties, for the min bounties. Nobody having a huge stack. Cool. I think the cash games are going rather well on the whole. Flopping the bottom set, blocking middle set. If it doesn't have aces, we establish that. I think we're good. Right on. Wait, you won? Did I misread my... What happened? Oh! Wait. Yeah. Important detail. Didn't have a set. Good thing I noticed. Retroactively. Sigh indeed. Yeah, same for me, Delta. Which is why I don't play that many tournaments. They just take way too long. And the trouble is, by the time you get to a final table, you've played, like for the big no-limit tournaments, you played, what, somewhere between 7 and 11 hours? And that's when you really need to play your A game. Ugh. It's a bit better with the PLO tournaments. We get way fewer runners. He wasn't that interested. Oh, that stingy Pokebrass, keeping all the chipsies for himself. Oh, the humanity. Really? Heads up? Ah, oh, I love it. – But blind versus blind is suited ace with the pair. Not folding that. Oh, there he is, the Poker Brass himself. Bit better. Many new fans in the chat yesterday. Yes, she did. She had an awesome amount of new follows and viewers. I remarked that to her that a huge amount of people that came over with the raids stuck around for long, long times. It was a joy to see. Maybe I can recycle the Salvatore if I keep putting that. Yeah, remind me not to include Copenhagen into my travel plans in the near future. So the trouble is here, the way we've played this, you wouldn't put us necessarily on a set, so you could do this with the ace-queen or ace-8. Ace-8 we block. That's an iffy spot. I'm half inclined to lay down, but for those reasons, maybe I could call. Maybe with top set he would wait a little bit longer. Or with, you know, queens or aces, he would like wait a little bit longer until he raises. Trying to lure me in. Let's hope any of that is close to the truth. No. So let's draw to one out once. Ooh. Was worth a shot with the boom. Yeah. Kind of talked myself into calling. I started off the thought process with me going to fold. Nope, nope, and got a few nice hands. One takes it down pre-flop, fair enough. Got this one. I think it's pretty close when it comes to raising or calling. Either way is fine. I mean, raising, never a mistake. Without a diamond, anything of relevance to this board except maybe the 5. Go with the check. That worked out quite nicely. Yeah, I'm kind of regretting the call with the 9s, to be honest. I think I should have been able to find a fold there a lot of the time. Also, there weren't any draws out there except for, you know, ace-queen with a Broadway draw, ace-queen, king-jack, something like that, check-10. Which still makes up part of his range. So, queen 10-7, that's gonna be a race. Questions. What sizing? Yeah, I think we go with it. Yep. Doubly so against the button open. And we can certainly call the all-in. So good luck us. We're up against kings, alright. Get that queen, he has the flush draw and that is hurting us quite a bit, so does this 5. GG. GG indeed. Wanna fire a second bullet, that's a decent question. Average stack 3.4. Yeah, sure. But that one I'm not unhappy with. You know, except for the result, of course, but I think I played it fine. Bottom set on a dicey board. Looks like we get seated at the same table. Okay, it gets the shorty, we're putting it in. Wow, and he's in pretty rough shape. Nope. I do want him. Ah, you know what? I could have, because I don't think we would get the quad bonus here. Not enough money went in. Me dude, take it down. Bring out a nice Chianti. If I do, I'll leave a note. Where I'm traveling, who I'm staying with, and when I'm to be expected back. And incidentally, the phone number of the local authorities as well. What was the check for now? And with the second bullet, let's try to get it down to heads up. Button limper. A decent board. He checks. I appreciate that. Gonna bet here in a moment, and certainly gonna bet here. Bounty is in play, not anymore. Since we take it down. Mark Necker with the question, hang on. Over here, interesting things are afoot. Maybe turn is straight. Big raise pot. Take it down with the flush. Alright, we'll let it be. Favorite German musicians? That's not a bad question. I like Die Fantastischen Vier. I'm usually not big into hip-hop at all, but those guys have the best lyrics I've heard in 2 languages. Oysters are off. Thanks for the GGs, guys. Not too big into German music, by and large. I'd say Die Ärzte are a lot of fun. I enjoyed those, especially in my younger days, quite a lot. What else? Are there a few classics from my youth or childhood, like Udo Lindenberg, 1 or 2 Matthias Reim, and no, I always mixed that name up. It was Matthias Reim. It was a German, East German dude who sang the song I'm thinking about. What else? Yeah, I guess my number 1 answer, but if you're asking for the favorite, then it would be Die Fantastischen Vier. Awesome German hip-hop act. Very cerebral kind of hip-hop. As in, the lyrics, they have their fun songs, but there are a lot of lyrics that had me think about what they were saying for not only days, but weeks and longer in some cases. My urge has suddenly dried out. Well, we still got the $22, and if you don't, as I said, if you don't cash in any of the ones today, any reasonable amount of money, then I'll add the one tournament I played, which wasn't part of the deal, but I'll add it to the package, so I can pay back something. Yeah, that's really a pity there, Alter, in both cases. The staking on GG itself is of course excellent since the payouts are automatic and there are no fees associated with that, so kudos to them for that. They charge for pretty much any other aspect of their platform, but not for that one. I have to give them some props for that. And yeah, with the transfers, I know. I mean, I guess we can do PayPal in the future. I don't even know how we handled it. I think we used money from the home games, right? Like the winnings you had booked. Which reminds me, Dalty, you still have your prize from the Play Money League to claim. I'm down for it whenever. Let me know. 1 hour of session review / coaching. But I'm glad you're enjoying the experience, der Alter, having a steak. I'll gladly do it again if you guys want to. All depends on what you guys want. You want sink money into me again. Der Alte dropping Die Ärzte Knowledge Bomb right there. That's a good song. That's one of their more, right now, as of now, it's an old song as well. But it's from the second coming of Die Ärzte. We have been away for a couple of years over during the vendor during the time the wall came down. Now that is something, yeah, that's from the newer songs, but it's a good one. I am very surprised and impressed, Delta, that you know that. Wow. I probably don't know a single act from your country. Is it? Now I'm making a fool of myself, but Copenhagen is. I want to say. No, it's not Denmark. I'm just gonna pretend this never happened. I'm horrible at geography, like proper, legit horribly. I've been living in this area for on and off for 15 years, and I still don't know the names. Like the next closest town in that direction, I think I know the name. The one in that one, I don't know. I keep forgetting. Every time my parents send me there, I'm like, is it that one or that one? The way it is. But from Germany, you sometimes visit Berlin. You know, I haven't been in Berlin in 20 years? Almost. "24 minutes until the big one, the $22 bounty, comes up. Fingers crossed we fare better in that one. Nothing noteworthy to show on any other table, at least nothing that involves us. just a whole lot of folding, a whole lot of crappy hands all over the place currently. Hang on. Hey! In the big blind we called and we flopped that set. I approve. In a tournament out of position, triple suited. Gonna let this be. A decent card. Yeah, of course. Nothing to do with kindness, Delta. That's just was straight up my pleasure. It's quite the opposite. You have been very kind in the past, letting me use that money to buy to gift subs because you didn't want to have it transferred. Cheers for that. There's some computer problems at the moment. Oh, let me know if I can help. Sometimes I can. I broke my computer so often in the past as a kid that I had to learn how to fix them. So yeah, if you want, let me know and I can. At least I'll be able to tell you if I can help or not. The tournament, we take one down, get some lines, stuff, get table changed, or what happens? Yeah. Get this guy to our left. It's gonna be an open fold. Connectivity is there, even though we don't have a suit. Plays well, heads up. Against that heat, we lay down. No, it's still a straight up fine laydown. Yeah, and we would have been in rough shape against the aces pre-flop. Wow, this guy is straight up feeling it. I will, der Alter, I will. Denmark it is. Okay. Sorry for that. For making the fool out of myself. I might. In the next years. If I do, I would be delighted. You help with the geography? I'll need that too. Yeah, it'd be my immense pleasure to head over to your to Copenhagen and pay you a visit. A bunch of other stuff going on currently. As far as turns go, I dig that one. Gives us a full house draw as well. Hey, that's a bit nicer here. On a rainbow board, we're just gonna check. Here. Get it again. And that fills us up. We need to check again. And he raises that as horrible news. We're losing this always, but I can't hold it for 6 more. The pot is way too huge. Proper pity, it's a huge pot. Yeah. Too bad, too bad. Find somebody willing to put money in. That's excellent when we hold the nuts. Pretty horrible song, isn't it? Let's remove it. Let's not have that one happen again. So we don't block the flush, which is nice. Maybe somebody finds a crying call. You get called 3 ways. Wow. How was that run good in the first with the first bullet? What's not to like? White bald man. Bald or bald? I'll take either. Chilling at the beach, staring at the sea. It actually sounds pretty enticing. The staring at the sea part. I don't care what color the men or what sex the people staring at the sea are. Although I'll retract that. If we're talking about staring at things, like staring into the fire or at the sea, I prefer male company. You have a better chance of a moment of silence. Oh god, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm probably getting a lot of flack for that comment in a minute. I'm just going off my experiences when we go on our fishing trips every year. And when we sit around the campfire at night, it's a relief not to... Hey, it's a relief to have a moment of silence every once in a while. Staring into the fire, as men have done. For millennia. Did I weasel out of it? I think I kind of did. Okay. Copenhagen, Leipzig area trip. I'd be down. The 9.5 flush. Gonna bet it too. 1 score away from your next destination. So blind versus blind, I raised here, which is... doesn't strike me as horrible. Shazam. Yeah, it's kind of surprising getting called in 2 spots, but I guess the bounty plays a role. You're destined for glory, Chiching. I agree. I think it's gonna go a long way on your channel. which you should definitely check out. For all the reasons listed there in the chat. One of my favorite streamers on Twitch, Chichingas. Sure, let's actually call. This is a fold. I'll do play slightly different ranges on natural 8. To your secret underground grind bunker. If it has decent internet, I'm down. Oh man, we could have a home game too. Down here, interesting question. I think we are gonna squeeze that. And in a tournament we call Jack 10-9, especially against this guy. Very active player. I shall remain silent, I promise. No. I love to hear you talk. It's just in those moments when you stare into the fire. Actually be a c-bet, yeah, we squeezed here. It's not a bad board to be c-betting on by any means. Here, naturally, we let it go after he leads. And he comes over the top, putting us into an interesting spot. I don't think I can let it go with the front and the backdoor flush draw and the amount of money that's in here now. Let's hope we're not doing too horribly. And he has the pair and the better flush draw. But with the backdoor, without the backdoor, I let it go in a jiffy. He has top set. Run it twice then, maybe? Might be pretty understanding if he turns it down, yeah. Being able to make quads. So it's a number of outs, actually. 40% now only on that turn. That's none of them. Guy's winning a lot of money off us, it looks like. Gonna be a raise fold. We want the lady twister. There's some applicable techniques. I had to check twice who said that before I framed my answer. And since it's you saying it, I just don't have one. Nope. Close-ish, but nope. Oh, don't worry, Chiching. All in good time. All in good time. You'll get there. Well, we're still not doing horribly in the cash games, I think. 590. Yeah, we're down like 2.5 buy-ins. Something like that. And that includes the tournament buy-ins as well, so that's fine. I'm gonna leave that whole conversation alone involving... Wow. Sluska, welcome back to the channel. What an entrance. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Down here we call this thing a race, which is fine. Not kind of intriguing. If this guy checks, I'm actually gonna bet here. I think Probot, as he hits it hard, is gonna throw it away a lot. If he raises or calls, we are... If he raises, we're out. If he calls, we're gonna reevaluate turns. I think it's kind of alright. Especially once Kinsey checks. Good save, der Alte. Ja. Well done. Strawberries and champagne. So, here we get aces. Well, what we'll do with them depends on the action in front. Checking how much I could make it. How? That is pretty excellent. Do we want to go for the race right now? I think we kind of do. While there's still one card to come, you can call with... Oh, some draws maybe. Get called, excellent. Or are we being quadded again? No, not yet at least. Okay. Shazam, also a bounty. And a nice chip stack now. 6 out of 21 left. Is the break? The break's actually gonna happen in a moment. I kind of do want to go in 2 hours. Nah, don't need a break. Take a break at the next break. Der Alte, yes! I'll be streaming later. This stream is probably gonna continue for a while. Especially with the $22 bounty coming up. But besides that, I'm gonna also have a nightly stream tonight as well. C-betting here always. The 3-better. It's a nice board to see bet small on. Ah, man. Not sure I can say no to this turn. Even though without us not holding any aces, it definitely ups the chance of him having an ace and being able to call down. Might have maneuvered myself into a corner here. Wait, this whole time I'm talking about this spot here. Sorry about that. Yui. Come on down. The rich get richer here, it looks like. Wow, didn't he turn awesome? Money went in on the flop. Sucks to be you, man. Sorry. Wow, that was brutal. Currently 7 places get paid on this one. We are on break officially, it looks like. Wow. Talk about the flop. Spent nearly 1 month living in the woods as a personal choice. Wow. That has a lot of appeal, right? Also gives you, you know, sitting there in that moment, staring into the fire, gives you, in my mind, a direct connection to all your, to all the generations before us. Antecedents, that's the word I was looking for. Because we've been doing that, as I said, for millennia and millennia. I don't know, it's a thought that creeps up on me whenever I sit and stare at a fire. That all my antecedents have been doing exactly the same thing in their life. Yeah, me too. If I could, I'd have it every day as well. It would have me smelling like smoke every day, but well. Luckily, that isn't transmitted via the stream. Gentleman is not approving of my bet sizings here, telling us that we suck. Make 2 pair, right? With a blocker, this. For money is in there, 1 big blind. Brokeback Mountain 2 is out. It has a lot of appeal. See you later, der Alter. I'm actually gonna bet this, seeing that I have blockers to a blocker to the straight draw. Get called pretty quickly. Sounds like a blockbuster, I agree. That king, of course, is horrible for us. I'd love to if the Pope really does his business there. Okay. That's not bad at all. Yeah, what a weird run out. Interesting one. It's gonna be a check raise, I believe. Yeah, especially against the shorty. Ah, let me rephrase that. 2 shorties. Ugh. Still, I'm gonna put the money in. Would be different if he had more money behind. With your full equity, we're actually ahead. Wow. I don't care how often you want to run it, sir. Once, twice, 3 times, all fine by me. 3 times, alright. That's a sizable pot. Take down the first one. Take down the second one. Don't take down the third one. Fair enough. And the $22 tournament has kicked off. And find you other and much more interesting activities to partake in the woods. Really? Color me intrigued. I got nothing. So we're back in the $10 tournament, $11 tournament, excuse me. 4-way is just gonna be a check. To the bottom of the Pope's Woods conspiracy? You mean the bottom of the Pope's bottom Woods conspiracy? Giving us an open-ender. Nah. A little bit frisky to bet. Betting a B. Trip ace is in our hand. Not a bad flop for them. Yeah, now we're not folding. He checks. I think that is a good sign. Again, would definitely play this differently. He had more money behind. He comes over the top. That is not a good sign. What do we need? Right. Some help. Could be worse. All right. Goodbye. Goodbye, you say, huh? Alright. In a $22, nothing cooking with this type of hand. Nope. Make it suited to the king. Sure. Not going on break yet, Shazam. Shazam. Ching, of course. Duh. But appreciated. Thank you. Alright. He's a bit weak, to be honest. Yeah, we hate life if we get raised. Don't really fancy limping that. Definitely don't fancy raising it. No. That's fine. We're on the second bullet in the $11 buy-in. We're on the first bullet in the $22 buy-in. Last tournament of the package I sold action for. Let's hope it's a good one. So far we played reasonably well, I want to say. Actually, we played alright in the tournaments. In the ones that were part of the selling action deal, unfortunately, we don't have much to show for it. I have one bubble where we got the money back, but like the bubble protection thingy here on this is close, especially with one guy sitting missing. Make it a full 6 max table. I'll just fold it straight up in a tournament. I think it's fine to fold it. And at best, we're gonna call a min raise here from late position. Alright. Be a flop then. So late rec is over. How many people cash? Right now, 7 people do cash in this one. Interesting spot with our 10 blockers. We do have a heart as well, and the cash game might lead out. Right. Hot happening in the $2 as well. Minthon, isn't that a fellow streamer? I believe it is. Shout out. Cough Noob! Vamos, monstro! Welcome back to the channel. I'll do my best to get some Vamo on. Get moving. Brimpatcha as well! I would love to see more people joining Run at Once by now. You and me, both, Brimpatcha. Good to see you back in the channel, both of you. It would be so cool, agreed. Yeah, last couple of days games have been pretty slow on Rio, right? I think the sit and goes are gonna be big for the site. And later on tournaments. Unfortunately, those are still quite a way away. Oh, no worries, Chiching. Confusion is my default state of being. I can certainly empathize. Oh, folding going on at a $22. No, sorry, that was the $11 bounty. Here we flop a wrap. Blind versus blind. I'm gonna bet it too. Hey, we turn nice. Some outs. Take it down with the wrap on table 6. But one of them, so we take Devon down. They are trying hard with the promotions, I must say. Just had the weekend sprint promos happening again. And right now the 70% rakeback, which is an awesome promo. Get 35% in the form of splashes and 35% directly into your account. Can't really argue with that at all. But man, you and me both. I am really looking forward to the day where Run at Once takes off. I'm doing what I can. Do what little I can to help in that regard. As in, whenever I have enough Rio tables, I stream Rio. Right now we do have one. That's nice. They could try to pull a GG stunt and recruit a billion streamers. Yeah, if they do it like GG does, then it would cost them a bit of money. Sure, they want to go about it like that right now. This is interesting. This is just gonna be a straight up pot size raise, I believe, now with the limper. Hopefully disincentivizing the big stacks. Down here, by the way. And this guy bet, which looked great, to be honest, seeing he's really tight. Wow, well, we're not getting away from this. Good luck us. Just calling doesn't leave us that much behind. We're getting going with it. Aces, huh? Our flush draw is live. Wow! He has an ace or 4 would do it for him as well. No! Wait! How do we win this one? What the hell? Oh, we flopped at queen, right? That must have been it. First of all, Shazam, and no mistake. We had queen. We must have had queens full. So here the board pairing froze the action, which I'm definitely approving of. Yeah, we flopped queens full. Okay, cool. Phew. Man, that was a roller coaster. Brimpatcha, you played a lot against me lately. How did you make out? I had some, like, I think the last session I played was a losing session. Yeah, I did have the ace-jack, so the 10 saved us money there. I'm not sure I would have called again against this guy. Against other players, yeah, but not against the yellow tag. So we're now second in chips in this one. Wow. Jesus. Got the best marketing strategy, I don't know, yeah. I don't think they're they're going out of their way to market a site while it is in beta. Is my would be my guess. Take it as anything but. In the $22 against the fish on the heater, this is gonna be a check raise if we get to. We have 2 pair. And we have the second nut flush draw. Take it down. Need the chips. Wait, our PLO 20 table died? What the hell? It ain't so. Oof. Really? I mean, now the call now, of course, I wish I hadn't raised. No miracle flop for us, unfortunately. Gonna take that bounty then. We get a sick run out. Here we turn the nuts. Nice. Yeah, he bets we're out. The nuts take it down, do not get called. Yeah, didn't really need to raise that one either in the tournament. Even in a cash game, it's kind of thin. I do win overall on Rio, but not specifically from NutRaisin. I'm happy to hear that. As in, I'm happy to hear that I'm not the easy money. And also happy to hear that you are winning. That guy 5 somebody had 5 entries? Didn't even see. Jesus. That's quite something. It's good for the prize pool. We had 50 original entries. It's a $500 prize pool in total. Full house to the queens, yeah. Thanks, Chichin. Thank you for saying that. It was quite intense. I agree. So he checks, huh? Okay. Can be bluffy on rivers. That's not a good one. But he checks. Happy to check behind now. Okay. Also Shazam. It'll be a hard nope. $11 left. We're getting close to the money in the $11 one. Take it down quite happily. Checks it as well, and we do take it down against kings there. So 11 left. We're 4th in chips. How's the new table looking? We covered 2 dudes. This guy for decent bounty. Actually, we covered Poker Omaha for a decent bounty as well. Very decent one. far as flops go, I'm enjoying this one against a short stack. Would enjoy it more against a full stack, but can't have it all. That'll be a hard no as well. Make it double suited. We consider what to do actually. Here, I think it's going to give us the best chance of getting more money out of it. Now how that ends, we have a hand in the turn in the bounty. We get a fold there with the trip 7s and take it down. I remember the one spot where I didn't realize he had the nuts, yeah. It happens. Yes, you can tell, it happens to me. Happens to everyone. Sounds like the origin story for PLO Crusher. Fair enough. So, we're gonna start bluffing here and continue bluffing. Or not. MP, that's not good enough. Still 11 left. Stack sizes, so yeah, we have a bunch of stacks below 10k, i.e. 4 of them currently, one at hanging in there at 2.5k. Nothing cooking in the $22 currently. Streaming, well, I don't know about tough, but yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes you're a lot of balls in the air. Things to pay attention to and consider and do. Clicking buttons, talking about clicking buttons, and then clicking more buttons. Folding the nuts is a balanced play, there's that, yeah. Dangerous blind, I feel this is a little bit too good. Oh. That's not so great. 4 doesn't change anything. I'll probably see if we hold on. Okay. Back. You're good. Here. X-rays. Right. Actually considering folding there as well, since the bounty that is in play is tiny. New PLO 20 table kicking off, I like that. Coming in for a bluff raise there is not always the worst idea. The table is signed, yeah. Enough. taking that one down. Cool. Sluska, probably on the whole true, although all of the PLO 20 tables I've set at... wait. That bug again, where got the table switched but not getting seated to the table. Always a joy. Look like it. Sorry, with the 2 pair, the queen 10, we took it down. We have a spot over here. Check now. Sorry, I'll get back to your question in a moment. So the games on GG are good, but that's not saying that the games on round ones are horrible. Quite the opposite. All the PLO 20 tables I've sat at in the last couple of weeks were excellent. Or at least good. I'm not claiming all of them were excellent. And taking down 2 splash pots, which I couldn't on GG, also did a lot for my bankroll and everything else. But the games on GG are good. Otherwise I wouldn't play there with all the downsides that the sites have. Sites in the GG network, that is. Yeah, with the extra money in there, we definitely want to call this. I don't know if you ever want to raise it. King, Jack, 9, 6. Nah. Ooh, we got aces in the tournament. On this table, there's no... Well, actually, we are the short stack compared to the other stacks at the table. 10 peeps left. 3 more need to get knocked out. Actually, 2 more on the bubble. We would get our buy-in back. Wouldn't get the bounties, though. Have to join the dark side, have the pleasure of coming across spots where you have to fold the nuts. Yeah, I remember Full House, or a set I should have folded earlier. Yeah. But I can highly recommend it. The games are profitable. It's going to be a winter challenge. I like it. You join us on the dark side, Chi-Ching. And of course the other answer of Sluska is that you always have to pay more attention to the stream. Oh. No. I am fine being background entertainment at best. Nope. Big pot brewing here. Block anything? Block the nuts. Have an all in. He rivered a set and takes it down, I believe, right? Right. Wow, this guy is super aggro. This gave away a huge... hang on. Got something happening. So it's been checked on the flop and on the turn. Are we definitely raising it up? Alright. No, really? Wow. Nice hand, sir. Nice hand. Losing against the quaddies, huh? Here I limp because the bounty is in play, and would you look at that flop? I'm still gonna raise this one up for protection. 95%. Make that 100 for a $20 bounty, I believe. Nice. Getting really close to the money, having a nice stack now. And here on the table where I just raised, I 3-bet and I think I'm... Honestly, don't know what to think, if I should be c-betting here. I mean, obviously it works, that part is nice. Couldn't tell you what I would prefer. So, we have a $35 bounty, which we will take home once the bubble bursts, should we make it that far. 2 peeps need to bubble. We have 3 stacks under 10k. 1 5, 1 6, 1 8.5k. And absolutely nothing is happening for us in the $22, where we just keep holding, but we still have a decent stack here. No reason to panic just yet. The quad tensor I could basically rule out aces, I think, given the preflop action there against the quaddies. That's an interesting one. I'm gonna copy that one out. Add it to the hands. Damn it, I forgot to post hands on Discord. So I'll post that one and other hands today. I promise. Top pair. Make the 2 pair. And we're good. Climbing up in chips, 13 chips and a $10, $11. Wrong. That's a very interesting turn. And we have a nice flop in the, well, a nice-ish flop. We have very excellent blockers. Maybe you know what, I should have led there. Calling here once more. What a nice flop and what a nasty, what a nice turn, I mean. And we got absolutely nothing out of this one. True pity. Here we have a flush, gonna check. Check it again. Fair enough. I don't think if you bet we would have gotten money out of it, yeah. You're doing awesome, Mr. Streamer, and the poker player, I must add. Thank you very much, Chiching. Gonna check if we don't block any of the straightening cards. Yeah, thank you very much, Chiching. Not calling down, not calling, just checking or folding. doesn't seem much that calls us, so we're just gonna check here as well. We are on the bubble. We would get our buy-in back if we bust now. Of course, we have $35 in bounties. Chase the Ace! Good to see you back, Chase the Ace. Welcome back. Thank you very much for the well wishes for the session. My DJ set was a lot of fun. I had an absolute blast. I haven't been DJing much in 6-7 years or something, so I just had an absolute blast. I put links on the Discord if you're interested. On my other channel, on my DJing channel, I think also this time I have video on demand enabled. You could find it there if you want to hear about this kind of music. Yeah, it was great. And the last one I was actually sort of proud of too. First two were practice. I mean, they're still all practice, but last one I think was had way fewer mistakes. Lost 2 hours of sleep. Yeah, with your deep run, right? So we're in the Stone Cold bubble. It behooves us to be careful here and try to take the money home. I could go for the bluff, but you know there's too much at stake. I'm gonna let it go. I'm tightening up right now. Technically, I should probably do the opposite. On the cash game table, what's what here? We have a wrap on a rainbow board in position. Alright, let's call. We're in the nut flush draw. We're never folding here, no matter what. Yeah, money's gone in. We have a wrap, we have the nut flush draw. We're never far behind. Nice! Oh, does somebody make a full... Ah, he makes a full house. Premature celebration. This guy is having a good day. Good for him. I took from an interesting comment, Arkneka. I'll take it into account, and I'll also definitely catch up on tournament strategy from the Mastermind. One of the courses I haven't looked into at all yet. Interesting. I mean, those are normal tournaments. I think it's a little bit different than bounty tournaments. You probably can't go around potting it even as a short stack the whole time. Well, it depends on how short you are. There comes a certain point when you pot it no matter what, sure. But I think otherwise, slightly different rules apply in a bounty tournament. Because people are way more interested in calling you. Cheers for that, Arkneka, however. Appreciate it. Wow, we have a hand, sort of. The bounty, okay, never mind. Still on the bubble. I opened a pot earlier, which I had to give up on, so we bled a few chips there. We're still doing fine, though. SDS, I usually take notes in English anyway, because it's more efficient, it's shorter. In German, your notes, you know, on average tend to be longer. So I think I pretty much always took notes in English. If two pair, we're still gonna need to let it go. I can't wait for the bubble to burst. No! Nah, it's fine. But good question, Chase DS, yeah. No, but that's how I've always done it. Alright, Chase DS. I must say, it's not gonna be new music, since it was a set of classic 80s trance and... Ooh, we would have lost here too. Classic 80s trance and acid. 80s, 90s is of course what I mean, duh. So in that sense, it's not new music, unfortunately. Man, I have a 4% VPIP in this tournament, but I keep getting hands like the ace, queen, 5 deuce, triple suited to the queen. Or actually, single suited to the queen, same difference. Where I can't do crap. Your biological settings are quite ambiguous about the necessity of sleep. I've been there. That's not, doesn't sound like a lot of joy. Yeah, on the bubble here, I'm letting this one go four-handed. There's too much value in getting the bubble to burst. We have 3 stacks below 10k. We are 5th in chips. Here. Actually races, I think this guy we can get out of it quite a bit. Yeah, get it down to heads up. Yeah, but Arknecker, your comment about the opening sizes, about the preflop raisings, is not in vain. I'll keep it in mind and I'll look into it. Hopefully a good run out. Could be. Get to see a flop. Nice. Wow. Wow. We might bubble this tournament. Hang on, we got a bunch of other spots. Let's focus on that one. Well, we might actually bubble this. Would be the second time that I bubble with a decent bounty. We're not getting snapped. %. Them sort of breaks. We take it down. Oof. Phew. Thanks, Chiching, for saying, did you like the DJing? Very nice of you. Peter always gets me with the premature celebrations here, right? Me too. Sometimes still to this day, it takes me a while to figure out what just happened. I was actually playing some No Limit for some reason, some promo-related thing on, like a few hands on Natural 8. I was just amazed how relaxing it is if you get it in with 80% or 90% or something like that. The bounty has the bounty have been cashed in. The bubble has burst, and we are in the money here. Meaning I should need to take a screenshot and tell it to Nightbot. More folding over here. The final table, it looks like. So now there's this thing where we can choose our seats. Mostly play PLO identities. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. No, but it's a good incentive too. Hang on, I'll take this one then. Little time. At the very least, it incentivizes me to look into it. You saying that? Sweat is real. Unfortunately, the second damn bullet. Would have loved for it to be the first one. If the payouts work. To show the correct thingy. Yeah. Right. This go. It's close-ish. Here we flop kind of nice, I'd say. Erase. Yeah, races right now if he doesn't have a queen. Gonna lay it down. Maybe calls with a draw, but I wouldn't count on it. And if he does have the queen, then we'll get it in. So in case you're wondering about the numbers, now you have a global time bank. This is the time you have in total for all your decisions on the final table from now on. Come on down. Oh, that's just excellent. We have now later in the tournament. Default. Like the kings are gonna take this one down, and here we're playing for a 2-buy-in pot, and we are way ahead right now. 95%. Make that 100. Shazam! And here this guy wins, knocking one player out. We laddered again. Now we're guaranteed an additional $20. Would be 96 up top. We're just getting Blind it down here. We're not getting crap. Okay, now we get... Now as I say it, we actually get aces. We have VPIP of 4%, so yeah. Okay, we're still gonna get action. He has a big stack. Here we need to let it go. Stops the flush draw on us. Makes 2 pair, I believe. We're out of the 22. With aces. It is what it is, my friends. This is sad. I did have a second place on Sunday. Now we're doing okay. It's not like I'm always having the worst runs, but on the first bullets, things haven't been working out too great so far. But it's tournaments, it's to be expected. Losing a bunch of them in a row, not cashing a bunch of them in a row comes with the territory. Hey, that's a nice hand. Ace, ace, 9-8. Wouldn't mind seeing a race. Double suited 2. Ace, ace, 9-8. Chi-Ching, thank you very much for the bounty, congrats. Appreciate it. I think it's time we have a final table theme song. I need to think about that. Don't have bad. So, with a complete wrap down here, I'm gonna continue. It gave him something. Take it down with the wrap. Flop nice, blind versus blind. We get a call. We earned the maximum here, didn't we? Yeah, he had a 10-9. Perfect. Final table hype! Thank you very much. I'll do my best to take it down this time around. I'll also make a deal if it's for first place money. Since heads up not my strong suit. Final table theme song. I'll see what I can come up with. So now I'm waiting to hear the "we take it down." Me too. I'm waiting to say it though. So about the $22 bounty tournament, not much we could have done there. I had to fold. Well, you've seen my VPIP. I had absolutely no hands, and when we had aces, we got it in well. And that's all we can ask for, really. So, this guy is ready to bust. And then we are going to be the short stack. Being on 10, 12, 13 big blinds, something like that. Still fine not having raised that. Thanks for the GG. So right now we secured ourselves, what's the next payout? 20 plus the 35. Secured ourselves 55 bucks for 2 bullets here. i.e. we're in for 22. So 55, that leaves what, 33 in profit for this tournament alone? For now. Right, Arknecker, thanks for the GG. Over here, we're gonna start bluffing, holding all the 9s. And we're gonna do the same down here. Holding all the 8s. That works here. And super seeing if it works here. No, and the river is a flush. In that case, I'm gonna give up on it. Yeah, give me 1 diamond now, continuing. Put money in. Here we limp, I think that's fine. He has plenty of chips to call us if he wants to when we raise. Checking it to be safe, but I wouldn't have folded. Unless he pots it, then, you know, I'm in a gross spot. Would reconsider the appeal that would be inherent in folding. Taking down some small pots on the cash game tables. Nothing major, like $1 or $2. So, once the tournament is over, I will go on my break, and I'll be back later tonight, roughly 90 minutes after I start the break. First, you have to win this tournament, though. I think we're down a little bit in the cash games. The few hands on RIO haven't helped when we ran into quads. Was being one of them. But not majorly so. All in all, everything should be a-okay. Not a winning day just yet, but not a bad one either. I'll be on break here, right? So he checks. I'm gonna bet this because I kind of blocked the 9 by proxy. Whenever I say that, it doesn't work. This time it does. As in, I'm blocking things like ace-9, 9-10, 9-8. Hands that typically contain a 9. Next ladder would be to $26, then 35, then 47, and then 96, almost 97 for first. Try to get this down to heads up. Icon, hey, good to see you back in the channel. Thank you very much for the good lucks. Appreciate it and most welcome too. Down here where we have a wrap. Take one off. Pretty good one. So he bets the pot, huh? I'm actually just gonna call here. Hoping they've run out. This not being one of them. Although it's not the worst. Probably gonna call down. I would be more inclined to fold it on a flush card. Yeah, and he was free-rolling us, so yes. And I bet this because this shouldn't smack any of these guys' ranges. Not smacking mine, but it's up to them to figure out. Take it down. Also blocking flushes, having the 6 and the top pair was a major factor. Wonderful. We have aces and we get raised in a 3 BB splash. Against the hand we're doing excellent against. And now he needs a lot of help. He needs a 4 or 5 basically. Doesn't get it and we take it. Actually the 4 wouldn't have helped him either since we had that. We take it down. Short version. Okay, I'll take that board. With the flush draw, no other draws out there. Again, a spot where I easily could have, in my mind, looking back, should have checked. Been a bit too trigger happy. Similar spots today. Oh wow! Aces and deuces and 2 suits. Ace. Deep against anybody? A little bit. That should reopen the action, right? Wow. Good luck us. Not gonna be able to run it multiple times since this guy is all in. There are 3 ways, I mean. If he folds, that's huge. If he calls, you know, we're happy. Does call and we're up against. Oh, okay. And right now we are killing it in the main part. Gives him a lot of new outs. Take down the main part. That's all we really care about. Here we flop absolutely massive, and this one we want to check. We are crushing this board left and right. There are no flush draws out there. We have the nuts. We have the nut set here. This is what a flop. Is that legal? Yeah, we're just gonna call here. There's absolutely no turn we hate. Like, how often do you flop like this? Wow, wow. Yeah, too bad. But against that one, we could have gotten more money out of it. In the tournament, a hand. We have a top pair and the open-ender. Given the board, given the stack sizes, given everything, what do we know about this guy? I think I've seen him call down pretty light. We're just gonna put it in here. There are either turns that we don't like or turns that make it harder to get called. Oh, against the set. Need help? 10 would do it too. No! Guess we're out in 4th place, something like that. Yeah. For a total price of $61. Now that's not bad. It's unfortunate to come back and lose it in the first hand after the break, but I think that played itself completely. Wait, where is that thingy? Take a screenshot of that. So, Shazam and no mistake. $61.12. Minus 22, so that's what? 40... Almost 50 bucks. No, sorry, almost 40 bucks in profit. For that tournament, I mean, total buy-ins today were 20, 33, 55. So actually, only a modest profit, a profit of 6 bucks in total. But you know, if you take into account all the tournaments we played and the second bullet we fired into this one. Is that right? 22, 33 plus 22, 55. Yeah. Still. Down here we get raised. Wow. King says jam. I think I did. That's iffy. With the two backdoor flush draws, I'm not getting away from this and the gutter. Two pair outs, very likely good. Especially against a 6% VPIP, who hopefully has aces without backup. Without the king jack or something. Both of our flush draws covered. That is unfortunate. Run it 3 times? I don't know. Not this time, you say. We are straight up flipping. Still 37.5%. 100%! Nice. Alright, we're done with the tournaments. Done with the whole tournament package I sold Action for. And subsequently, I'll head into me break in a moment. I think that sounds good, because I'm hungry. I'm proper hungry. I haven't really eaten anything today. Here, we're gonna sort of checking. Gonna let you know how we did in total for the session so far. Not a fun turn. See? Few more hands over here then. So who can we raid? Who's on? Who be on? With all the aces, I'm gonna bet this. But bet it with the kings too, so I might as well bet it with the aces. So actually, only a modest profit. That will... Question... Maybe a raise fold. Let's head over to Poker Brass in a moment. Yeah, that sounds good. Not blocking draws at all. We're just gonna check for now. Even though it's rare that I check once I squeeze or once I 3-bet on an ace-high board. But give me a diamond on top in my hand and I'll bet without it. Check for now. So obviously the kings beat us, the ace-kings beat us now. But we do gain a gutter. So certainly there are some bluffing opportunities here, but nah, not really. I mean, the trip aces the set of aces I wouldn't have checked. So don't think it comes across as too believable if I call and have plans to bluff the river or bluff it right now. Fair enough. And we put up the credits and in the meantime figure out how we did for the day. Right, so we're gonna head over to PokerBra's channel. I'm gonna be back in between 90 minutes and 2 hours. And Poker in 2019 and Der Alte 71. Special thanks to you for resubbing today. And of course, thanks to everybody for hanging out with me. And one last act. Tell you how we made out. I honestly couldn't say anymore. On run at once, we're down 28 bucks. Call it 30. But we are up 55 on natural aid, so that's 45. So we're up a buy-in roughly. That's better than I expected, to be honest. Cool, happy with it. Let's see if you can compound those results later tonight by taking more things down. In the meantime, let's watch what the PokerBra is up to. Streams no delay, tournaments no limit, and PLO tournaments. And there's always a hoot on this channel. Check him out. Until then, thanks for watching, thanks for keeping company, and if you want, I'll be back in, as I said, 90 minutes to 2 hours. Until then.